Hello and welcome to a Warframe video. In this video I wanted to play as Gara after a very long time. It's been in the console version, Gara has still been with her first nerf, and it's a bad one, a very bad one. It made Gara very hard to use, or shall I say, it made her personally utterly useless against high-leveled enemies. But I decided to run with her just for a short alert, just because I kind of missed her. She's a good frame. It was a good concept, and when I first got her before the nerfs, she was a very cool frame, and her wall was literally indestructible. It could not be destroyed. Of course, it did have its own weaknesses, and I thought it was a pretty cool thing. Um, it was actually a very good wall. It actually was even better than Frost's snow globe at some point. But after the nerf, it became a really bad. Well, the higher the level, the more bad it became. So I still wanted to play her with her, though. I still wanted to have some fun. And I was just doing random alerts, and usually when I'm doing alerts, I pick a random warframe that just suits just for fun, basically. There's no like when I'm not leveling things up and I'm not like farming for resources. It's just I play for fun, just doing random alerts with random people. Um, on the random note, though, I was joined with just a regular rhino who, of course, had iron skin on. And interesting fact, when you use Gara's second power on a rhino, that's actually a very pretty OP like power, because Gara's second power will actually give pretty much herself and her allies about 90% damage reduction, and will also deal damage to any enemy who is within close proximity. So that on a rhino is like pretty useful. So even though Gara right now is on the loose end of being either from being useful to not useful at all, until we get her buff on the console. Um, Having her with a rhino is actually a very cool thing, because if you want a rhino who can tank, and plus if you like give each other, like if you do a survival build and give each other like support, like Rhino doing his roar and Gara doing her second power. I forget what it's actually called. I think it's shard armor. I don't know. I don't remember. And yeah, if you actually do that, you gain 90%. Rhino will get that 90% damage reduction on top of his iron skin, which is amazing. And Gara will also gain that damage increase thanks to Rhino's roar. So that's actually a pretty good combo. I think two people with a Gara and a Rhino can definitely do a decent amount of damage, and you know, do decently just with that combination, which I think is pretty cool. But as far as Gara's Vetrify, Mass Vetrify, which is her ultimate, her fourth, I did notice something as I was playing this. I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's a thing that I just didn't know about Gara because I haven't used her after her nerf. I think I may have used her once or something, but it was such a big blow to see how her walls could be literally wrecked or destroyed just so easily. So I stopped using her for a while. So I never really noticed this, but you will actually notice that on her fourth power has a timer. However, the timer in this particular case is not going down. It's set. I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's just spamming Vetrify or something did this. I don't really know what it is, but for whatever reason, my Vetrify is actually not going down. And the way I theorized this, and I did notice that the numbers were going down when my Vetrify was like two sides of the wall were being destroyed. So when two panels were being destroyed on my mass Vetrify, I think um, it caused it to like go down. But when it wasn't destroyed, it literally had no timer. And this is okay. I'm actually fine with that having no timer, although in higher difficulties, obviously that still means that it'll be wrecked. However, that no timer thing, I do like it. A Gara with a mass Vetrify that has no timer would actually be a very good idea. I do like that. Very similar to Frost's Snow Globe that have no time, but they do have health. So If that was the case, then I'd be okay with Gara. Of course, the scaling is a big problem, and even for Frost's bubble, the scaling still is a big problem for both of them, anyways. So, uh, as long as we had as long as we have infinite timer for Mass Vetrify, I think that would be also beneficial. And not to forget that enemies who get caught in Mass Vetrify actually get um, they will get like they will get frozen, very similar to how Frost's bubble will actually go with, except they'll get instantly frozen into solid glass, and you can basically shatter them. Like they can be killed very very easily. So, but still at the same still I do I think all we need now is to have the walls to actually have a decent amount of health, and obviously scaling through the levels of the enemies is actually a very good idea, which is basically what the buff is going to be doing. And if we actually still have that no duration, I think without a duration is the best way for Gara's Vetrify to actually go with, because if it's going to have both duration and see, this is what I didn't really like about Gara's Mass Vetrify, or her fourth, is that the fact that it not only could it not only did it have a timer on it to begin with, but it also could be destroyed now, which is something that Frost's snow globe doesn't have, because his snow globe has health, yes, but it doesn't have a timer. You can place more than one. Literally, you can fill the area with snow globes, and they don't have a timer. They only have health. Gara, on the other hand, can only place one Mass Vetrify, and if it's going to have duration and a health limit, then that's not exactly very useful. So, which is why her nerf was really, really, really a bad nerf. So I'm hoping that, however, I am hoping that her buff is actually brings something good, and I did like the combo of Rhino and Gara, uh, and yeah, I actually did. I made that notice with Gara, and I'm really hoping that she goes back to becoming a very useful Warframe, because even if she doesn't deal the amount of damage that an Ember would do, she still definitely can support her teammates with that buff, which is actually very useful. So yeah, this is just something that I wanted to share about Gara. Some thoughts, some hopes for her buffs, and yeah, I do hope that she becomes useful again. So yeah, let me know what you think about Gara down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed. Stay cool, and I'll see you later. Bye.